Here are 9 things I do instead of scrolling and playing video games. First, I'm learning how to play guitar. Now, I spend about 30 minutes each day learning how to play guitar, and doing that drastically reduces my screen time. So not only am I less on my phone, I'm also building up a skill that looks cool and that is extremely fun to do. Now, it doesn't have to be a guitar. You could be learning any instrument, really. Second, I take care of my chickens and my dog. So if you've got a pet, take care of it. If you've got a dog, go on a walk with your dog. If you've got chickens like I do, you feed them, you make sure they're warm and safe. Third, I play board games. Now, board games are really just a healthier version of video games. And to play board games, you'll need to be with people. You'll need to play with people, with friends, with family, with your girl, whatever it is. Now, personally, I play a lot with my family and with my girl. And if you find that board games are really boring, it's either because your attention span is completely or it's because you've just not found a board game that's fun yet. Now, my favorite one so far is King of Tokyo. Fourth, listen to a podcast. Now, honestly, I couldn't tell you how many Andrew Huberman podcasts I've watched. It feels like I know so much about biology and neuroscience, and I'm fully able to apply that knowledge in real life. So watching podcasts, listening to podcasts is definitely not a waste of time, but it will depend on the quality of the podcast you're watching. So here are some of my favorites: Huberman Lab, Diary of a CEO, Chris Williamson, and Lex Fridman. Fifth is schoolwork. Now, schoolwork can actually be very boring, but it can also train your attention span and literally grow your brain. And also, it's probably one of the most productive things you could be doing with your time. And it can, in fact, replace scrolling. Sixth, I work on content. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Now, for you, it doesn't have to be content. It can be any side thing you're doing, any project you want to do. Now, the only thing is, first, it needs to be a lot of fun. It needs to be fulfilling to you. Second, it needs to be productive. And third, it needs to have the potential of turning into something life-changing. Seventh, I work out. And working out is really just like video games. You level up. You work progressively harder and you become progressively better. It's a fun habit that can easily replace video games. Eighth is journaling and meditating. Every day, those two habits take me about 30 minutes to do. Now, they might sound extremely boring if you never got into them, but trust me, meditating before a long day at school for like 10 minutes feels so satisfying. And journaling before going to bed really allows me, to calm down and get ready for sleep. Ninth, I play sports. Now, when I say I play sports, I used to play a lot of, team sports, football, volleyball. But now what I really love doing is just in the summer going cliff jumping, and during winter going skiing. But to make those two sports, which I believe are the most fun sports ever, you need to go with friends. You need to have a friend group and go with that friend group to go cliff jumping. And trust me when I say, every time I go skiing or cliff jumping, I come across people. And those people are fun people that like to do fun things because they're doing the sports I really enjoy. And sometimes you go and talk to them and you connect with them. And then, little do you know, you become friends with them. And that's where the real fun comes from. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.